One time when my oldest was very young, she walked in on me, you know, getting my nut.
Because I need to, this pussy is not going to eat itself,
So
okay?
I once, if I did keep the evil away.
shit, I know that. The fuck? You yelling and shit. Christ over the building. Now I gotta adjust. I gotta adjust the chair to make sure you see the sign. Cause the purpose of advertising is it don't cost, it pays. You feel me? It don't cost, it pays. You feel me? Uh, we supposed to be having an episode with one of Ruby Peoples, but she never confirmed, and it is what it is. We still gonna record because you know how we get down. You know what I mean? So right now I'm waiting for Ruby. You know how I get down. I automatically show up early because I'm the editor and all that and all that shit. So why not show up early, right or wrong? You know what I mean? Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the building, waiting for Ruby. Of course, you've seen that we recorded. I recorded 2 episodes without Ruby. This better not be a episode where she says she forgot or nothing like that. Cause last time she said she forgot. And girl, I ain't gonna front. I was tight a little bit because I was like, "Fuck you, mean you forgot?" We talked about it earlier today. Early in the day, we spoke about recording that evening, and then you forgot, and then you go. And then what was really funny? What was really fucking funny was that she was on live. She was out on live watching some festival and shit, and recording people. You know what I'm saying, doing their thing. But I was like, hold up, how she going on live knowing damn well she supposed to have be handling business with me? Like, what she fuck is you doing? I was like, the fuck is she doing? Okay, that's not her. All right, but yeah, last week when we recorded the episode with Michael, yeah, girlfriend was out having herself a good time recording people, going live, and I'm looking at her like, oh, what y'all do? What y'all do? Where you there right now? Where you really there right now? You know what I'm saying? So she need to get on this on this app real quick and get her ass on. Had to download Zoom again. What? Hey, had to download Zoom again. Yo, I ain't go front. Some of these apps be apping. Some of these apps be apping. They be doing whatever the fuck they want to. Now, because applaud me. I actually learned how to cut shit out. So if I wanted to cut this whole segment where I was just talking shit, I could cut it out. I could actually cut it out. I'm not gonna though. I'm not gonna though, cause nah. Entertainment is entertainment. You feel me? I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? Yes, check out the Motherhood Sex Marijuana T-shirt, and yes, if you haven't visited our website motherhoodsexmarijuana.com, you definitely need to, because once you hit the Spreadshirt site, you'll see a couple of new things on our Spreadshirt site that you can, purchase and, support motherhood, sex, marijuana. Absolutely. Thanksgiving coming up. We got a fly ass apron you could be, smoking and cooking and smoking. I'm just saying. There's a lot of hot shit you need to be checking out. And because shoot, Thanksgiving is literally next month. You know what I mean? Next freaking month. So, you know what I mean? I could just imagine what, let me not even manifest because turkeys are already expensive. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Even when you get a nice small one, you spending between $30 and $40 for a turkey. You know what I mean? So it's like, mm, I could imagine in this inflation we got going on. This shit might be a little bit more than that. Ooh, here she is. Let's get her in the building because I want to hear what her gossip is about. Because she got to have something for all this time she been gone, right? Let's get it. What's good, Rue?
Hello, Queen. What's
Hey, Rue, what's going
up?
on? It's
Big
been a long,
chillin', big
it's
chillin'.
been a long time. It's been a long time, but you know what I'm saying? We gonna fix that right now. But you know what I'm saying? First of all, we gotta say motherhood, sex,
Sex marijuana in the
motherfucking
motherfucking
building.
building.
Yes, yes. I guess decided to, I mean, who knows? She might be busy. She might not be checking her emails. Either way, you know what I'm saying? We always have a lot to chit chat about. But yes,
Oh yeah.
and I figure if anybody, we gonna start off with you because after all, I mean, you've been going for 2 episodes. You damn sure gotta chit chat and talk about what's been going on in your section. You know what I mean? All that, or we could talk about all that the information that we can release because after all there is some information that can not be released in these streets, but baby, we still got to talk about something. So what's been going on with you?
Oh girl. Well, where do I start? First of all, I just want to just just say thank you to you because you ain't ever skipping a beat. And so that's like very uh, what's that called? It's very rare to find someone who not only like gets everything and but who pushes you and doesn't judge you for it. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like you're a bomb ass friend. You're so priceless. Let's just say that. As we continue to work together and also work on our relationship, I just feel like I could tell you anything. You
absolutely,
know, I
absolutely.
love you so fucking much.
Love you too,
Um,
Queenie.
and
Definitely.
so I will start off on a lighter note. Okay, so I started a Tinder account because, girl, I was so horny this one weekend in particular, and I was like, you know what? And then so, okay, let me back it up. So my little bro and his best friend come out here for the weekend. You know, they doing their thing and whatever. And you
Hmm.
know, they're just telling us about their dates and stuff like that, what they've been into. And I
Right.
was like, you know what? Fuck, like how do I meet somebody and just, you know what I'm saying? So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna see what's up with these little apps. You know what I'm saying? I did one where the dudes love bigger women. I think it's called Woo Plus. That was whack.
Oh
And then
my
I was
God.
like, you know what? Let's just see what's up with Tinder. So I went on it, okay,
Hmm.
and I had a Tinder date. And I'm gonna tell y'all about this date, okay? Um, Long story short, I did a lot of flaky shit. Like I would be like, oh yeah, you know, I want some and I can't wait till you touch me and everything. But then I would to flake. I would like make something up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And this
Mm.
one particular night, I was feeling kind of adventurous. I had my sister over, so I was like, hey, I told her, I was like, I did a Tinder. If I get a date, then would you watch the kids? She was like, yeah, sure, girl, whatever. So I'm on this guy. I give him this address that's like across the street from my house because I'm trying to be smart about it. And then I
Right.
have like like I keep mentioning to him like, oh, my sister is here. She's watching the kid. She's doing her thing. Thank God for her, or else I wouldn't have been able to kick it. So he knew that there was somebody checking for me because you never know with these humans. And
Right.
so
Right.
it was like the cutest thing because we didn't kiss, we just hugged each other. But okay, we walked to the park from like where I met him at. We walked to the park that was up the street, smoked some weed, obviously, and we just conversed like the whole time. It was the point where I had this feeling like, dude, this dude is looking for a relationship. Like he looking for wifey type shit. And there was this like feeling inside of me because I'm just looking for to get my boxing, to be honest with you. I don't even know if I want penetration, but I know for sure I want someone to go down. And that's really my motives for the Tinder, right? I was like, we all know what it is. You don't gotta. So I was like conflicted. And I was like, you know what? I can't be doing that to this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looking for somebody to like cook his meals. He's asking me these specific questions. He ain't trying to rush me. He ain't trying to do nothing. He's literally like, I felt this genuine interest in trying to get to know me. Right. And I was just like, why the fuck are we so fucked up? Like, why am I so fucked up? Like, what is it? What do I want? Do I want a partner? Do I want a plaything? And I just could not get aroused enough because I was all in my head. Isn't that weird?
No, I get it. Because at the same time, it sounds like to me like you didn't meet somebody that was on your same energy. You feel me? Like you wanted to meet somebody because you figured. Because I mean, from what I heard about Tinder, let me be honest with you. From what I heard about Tinder, that's the GPS for somebody to find somebody that you want to get down and do a little quickie and slam bam. Thank you. I might keep your number. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to keep numbers, but you know what I mean? That's the impression of the app that I've been given. So you figured yes, everybody that you meet on that app is going to give you the same energy. And he was on there like, nah, I'm actually trying to get a wife because I'm tired of jumping from hoe to hoe to hoe to hoe. And you looking at him like but I'm one of the hoes that
wanted to get my nut off.
You should be jumping off from, you know what I mean? So basically, you could take it two ways. You could take it to that, you know what I'm saying, you bumped into somebody that actually wasn't trying to hear that, or maybe, you know what I'm saying, the spirits around you telling you chill out, and maybe this is what you should be looking for. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, it all depends on how you handle that, but it's just, you know what I mean? That's how I would look at it. I would look at it like either, you know what I'm saying, the spirits around me is trying to tell me, yo, I shouldn't be trying to, be fast with it. I should be trying to, do what he doing and try to find somebody solid and somebody I could trust. You know what I mean? Or shit, or y'all just, it was just the wrong person in general. You know what I mean? You just gotta, put the rod back out there and see if you actually find somebody that, is on your type of time. But like you said, at the same time, you also gotta be, mindful of, the kind of energies you meet out there. Cause baby, we know in the year of our Lord 2024, the strange things are happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And last thing you want to do is get caught up in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you in a room with somebody and you can't, you gotta fight your way the fuck out of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous. Nobody wants to be doing that shit in 2024. But at the same time, we all know that even like fucking, we hear stories that even Uber drivers are trying it. And it's like, bitch, I got your picture, your license, the fuck, your whole fucking damn near DNA in my phone. Like, why would you even try to take me in some corner, try to do something funny? But even Uber drivers have been out here trying to do fucking fuckery, knowing you still got all their information. And in apps like that, like, you know what I mean, they got police on. First of all, there is internet police on every fucking app anyway. So the fact that people be really out here doing the fuck shit is crazy. Right. You know what I mean? It's really fucking crazy. And Tinder definitely be involved in some fuck shit. Like, I've been seeing like little videos where motherfuckers that's trying to catch predators catch them because they be on Tinder thinking they talking to kids, and they not talking to kids. They talking to grown ass people that's catching them out there to blow up, to blow up.
Or they on Roblox or something where kids actually are.
You know what I mean? Blow up their
Fucking
whole situation.
scumbag.
Like, no, you shouldn't be grown trying to talk to a child. You know what I mean? So, on both ends, I think you got to be careful, honey. That's all
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying. On both ends, you definitely got to be
you're
careful
right.
because you don't want to invite the fuckery space inside of your fucking aura, and you damn sure don't want to put off that you know what I mean. I can understand instant satisfaction, but at the same time, because we moms, we actually got to look at the long term. Like that's the like once we actually had children,
Exactly.
we had to decide that we got to look at the long run. That instant gratification is really don't exist for us. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
the
You
motherfuckers
know, it's
responsible.
like it's like being an alcoholic, right? And then
Yeah.
like trying so hard on your sobriety, you're trying to do the right thing. I'm just using alcohol as an example, but it could be
Mhm.
anything. And you try to test your strength by going to a bar.
Right.
And you either, you know what I'm saying? You either prove to yourself one way or the other. And I feel like that was my, I guess that was like, I don't know, like subconsciously I was doing that
Right.
because of course, like I'm admitting to like flaking all the time. Like I don't want cheap hookups. Overall, I don't. I do want a connection. However, I didn't feel connected to this gentleman in the way that I wanted to pursue that with him. And it's nothing wrong with him, but it's like you
Right.
feel it or you don't. And
Exactly.
I feel like sometimes because I've been through a lot of shit in my relationships, not blaming anybody, but when I see like a nice guy, just like a nice, guy, and it's like, wow, I need something wholesome. Sometimes I be feeling like that, but then it's like people be fronting, and maybe motherfuckers is like the worst ones that are, and maybe I just need to chill, like you said.
No, I mean, I think if anything, you got to look at every situation on both sides. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that, and at the end, and even while you're looking at it on both sides, you got to look how it benefits you. Because at the end of the day, whatever the fuck you get involved in from this day on forward, no, it's got to be some benefits in this motherfucker. No, no, no,
Oh, sure.
no, ain't no
Absolutely.
free nothing. Ain't no ride until we figure it out. Fake it till we make it. No, you got to be bringing something to the table in the form of a benefit. You know what I'm saying? So when you in situations like that, you got to look at it and say to yourself, like even if I decide to fall into a one time hookup, it's got to be something in that, a benefit involved in that. Like he gotta be a one-time hookup with that a motherfucker, maybe he work at the light company and therefore he could, he could put in a couple of credits in your fucking name, so therefore you don't get a blight bill for 3 months and shit. You feel me? He gotta, you know what I'm saying? He gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, one of the motherfuckers that would help me out at financially was the motherfucker that I would buy weed from. If me and him just had a relationship, that weed was automatically free. You feel me? With the weed's free, the weed accessories are free, the weed snacks with the accessories, all of that is free.
And the money that comes from selling said weed
You
to
know what I'm
other
saying?
people.
I mean, there's a couple of frees, like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I feel your mentality needs to be at. You know, feel me? Where it's like if I'm a do anything with anybody, there's gotta be a benefit some fucking way. It can't just be the nut.
I
Like
mean, no, for real. And
that.
you know what? We talk about a lot of self-love on here, self-love, self-preservation. And it's not like I'm not trying to get something over on anybody, honestly. As much as like a free whatever would be great, honestly, those perks, that's not even like what motherfuckers looking for. It's just that I know that I come with a lot. And what do I mean a lot? I come with a lot of love. I come with compassion. I come with a person that loves unconditionally. I come with children. I come with talents and creative thoughts. And I come with a lot of inspiration. And so because I know like for sure what I can bring to the table, money all to the side, I feel like it's not it is necessary for me to ask qualifying questions. I was on a podcast with some brothers and sisters that were just, a hoot and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, I think there was a lot of conversation on like, what does somebody have to do during your first date? What do you expect and shit like that, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to judge anybody because at the end of the day, it is your perception. Like, let's say, right? Let's say you, Kai, you're like, I think somebody who's with me has to make this amount of money, has to do this, that. You're not wrong for that. Now, it might not work for me because maybe my interests are elsewhere, but it doesn't mean that I should judge you, and it doesn't mean that you should judge me either, because that's what I realized, because I was straight up judging some motherfuckers on there like, oh, hell no, I can't believe you said that. But it's like, well, they said what they said. That's
And that's, and if you really, and honestly, if you really look at relationships have some sort, most good relationships or long your relationships have some sort of financial backing, in between. So, starting out, making certain requests, if that's your thing, then that's not really bad. That's really, that's you letting the person know who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's letting the person know exactly, know who you are.
And they can choose to bow out. So can I.
Just either choose to take me, you know what I mean? Because like I remember when I come back, and I remember, like the first time me and husband went out way back in the days. I mean, we went to like I think it was like a Fridays or like a Applebee's or some shit like that. And the girl, to this day, I love them restaurants. Stop playing with me. I don't need nothing expensive. I just need the food to taste good. Because best believe, if the food don't taste good, I'm gonna have to look at you and be like, bruh, I'm not gonna eat this. Like you gonna pay for this because this don't taste good. You know what I mean? And because and then 9 times out of 10, because I've always been a weed smoker, I'm talking to people that basically have the same kind of, well, not the same kind of food taste, but I'm just saying it's like shit. We go somewhere, we eat, and we want to have some good shit. So I'm not a kind of person that's going to judge you on money, because shit, I myself ain't got it like that. So and nothing about that. It seemed, it is a high requirement for me, or making a certain amount and doing none of that shit is a high requirement for me, because at the same time I look at myself like shit. I look at my job history. I look at, I'm saying, some, what I mean, sometimes I had to go up, sometimes I had to go down. Either fucking way, I figured it out for myself. That's about the only lesson I've learned in relationships, is to never be in a relationship where the man is paying all the bills and you just sitting at home, watching TV, because best believe, no matter how good that man is, that man's gonna throw it in your face. And we see that shit happen with rich dudes all the time, that they get these BBL hoes, and as soon as the BBL hoe think that she gonna be shopping all day and all night, he put her the fuck out with no money, and all she got is her BBL and her expensive clothes that he swiped her, that she swiped his credit card with. Like, nah, you definitely, I learned from early, you definitely got to make your own money. So at any point in time that relationship turns sour, or anybody want to act like you need them to eat, you could pick your shit up, and whoever you came with you, like, nah, fam, I'm going to eat regardless. I don't know what book you've been reading, but you better ask. I don't know who the fuck you've been talking to, but you better ask somebody, because any nigga around me would have told you that, nah, I'm fine the way to eat regardless. That's one thing I definitely learned from relationships. You gotta have your fucking own. No matter how good that man is to you, have your fucking own. Because the second him turn, you want to be able to say, I can turn too, fucker. Turns everywhere. Everybody turn in. Everybody turn in. What's good?
Pivots, absolutely.
Everybody pivoting.
Exactly. On the home front, things are cool. and I wasn't gonna talk about this, but I am. I think I am.
Okay.
Long story short, I had one of my children living with me, an adult child,
Yeah.
and his, wifey and baby, and I really wish that it would have worked,
Right.
but it didn't. It didn't, and I had to ask him to leave. Now, that was really heartbreaking, and because I felt like I was just trying to process it, because I felt like, dang, what more could you have done, Rue? Like, what more could I have done? That's like it's a simple question, but I just felt like I kept I need to stop saying yes to projects that I have no business taking on.
Mm.
So it's like, with all love and respect, it's like, I know what it's like to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to make something out of something. You feel me?
Word.
But one thing that I will never be okay with, whether it's my child or my mother, is disrespect in any fashion. You know what I'm saying? And so, because I didn't feel like I was getting that respect, there's still love there, but now it's like there's some hurt there. Now it's like this, I'm hurting all over again, and I'm participating in this constant, I would say, this constant cycle.
Right.
I don't want to confuse anything anymore, and it's just like, okay. And then I had to ask myself, like, well, what about you, Rue? How do you feel? You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
never asked myself that. So it's like, okay, it gave me the strength to be like, you know what? And then here's the cold part, Queen. I wasn't going to say nothing of it. I was just going to let it go, whatever. I get this long novel, this long biblical, that I'm keeping, by the way.
I swear to God, and not to cut
Girl,
you off, but when the people decide to send you Bible verses, no.
Bible verses, and not from both, from both. And so my thing was, Rue, you are never doing this shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take on something that you are not capable of taking on. We're talking motherfuckers need, and probably including myself, a whole team of specialists, from mental health issues to acupuncturists to everything, to get you right. Like Bougie Stoner was saying, there's a lot of people who keep her the way she is. Motherfuckers need that. And it cannot all fall on one person. It cannot fall on your parent, on your partner, or your child. God forbid you try to throw it on your child. You're in a whole nother fucking mess. So it's like all of this realization to me. So that when they sent this biblical verse and shit, mentioning how I could have done more, in a sense, right? Which was appalling. However, it's like, that's what I mean. When you need professional help in some sense, I'm going to include myself, motherfuckers cannot get to you. Like, there's a certain level of arguing that I will not do. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I know motherfuckers are not capable of having a conversation with me, like we're having. You could be mad at me. I could be a bitch. I could be anything. But what we will do is be logical in this moment. And we're not going to like make this worse. And so I felt like I had to block this child. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not putting up with no more abuse, man. And I don't give a fuck what motherfuckers have been through, including myself.
No, I feel you. And see first of all, what you just described is a situation where you had two people that are technically adults based on age,
right?
But not adults based on maturity.
Right.
Okay?
Exactly. And that's what I failed to see.
And that it's not that you failed to see it. Is that the fact is that you tried to work with them based on that situation, based on knowing that, because you knew that from Jump Street. It ain't like you just found out. You knew that these people were just adults based on age, but not adult based on maturity.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the fact is, the way they were handling their situations, you know that they had the maturity was not up there. But you was like, okay, I know the maturity's not here, but I'm going to work with them, and I hope that they come through with the potential, the same energy to want to fix their situation and want to learn to grow up. But they didn't do that. They wasn't about that. They was on that fuck shit. So because you wasn't about to tolerate the fuck shit, you said, let's get your shit and move yourself to somewhere else where you could be at and do whatever the fuck you want to, since you want to do what you want to do. And the fact is, that whole song verse, they gonna remember that shit when it's time. Because the fact is, life teaches you. Another thing I learned about life is that life teaches you when you fucked up, your life will make sure and come back around and show you how you fucked up, how you fucked up in that situation. And you and even within yourself, you might not acknowledge it to other people around you, but you will acknowledge it within yourself that yeah, I fucked up in that situation. I could have did better situation, but I didn't, because I was young and stupid. So I was thinking all up in my feelings. And now that I have learned, you know what I'm saying, and am I willing to take the one more grown step and tell the person, yeah, you were right? You don't have to. You don't have to, but the fact is, life does do that. Life comes back the fuck around to show you where you fucked up. Trust and believe.
No, it's done so for me many a times, and I don't wish any harm on it.
That's why I'm talking it.
It's just
definitely lets you know, and a logical person, a person that wants to do better, is going to see and acknowledge their mistake. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Right then and there, I was bugging. I was losing my mind. I was feeling myself. I was smelling my top lip. You know what I'm saying? And in your situation, another thing too that was going on. It's an old Jamaican saying that goes, "Two bull can't in a one pen," meaning that your grown ass is the boss of your motherfucking crib. And as soon as them niggas rolled in, they thought they was bosses too. Wrong, you're wrong on that one. You wasn't bosses. You work for me. You work for me. You and you can never be boss in my shit. You can only be boss in your shit. And you need to learn. You need to be in my situation learning in order to become boss. But instead, you didn't want to learn. You wanted me to just treat you as boss just because. And that's not how that fucking shit go. That's not how things set. Things could never set up. So, you know what I'm saying?
You know, and I'm glad that
wherever the fuck they at, they gonna figure that out. It's going whether it's a month, a year, life come back and make you figure that shit out. It damn sure does. You ain't no important. You ain't special that it ain't gonna do the same shit to you. You damn sure ain't special, my nigga. Nope.
You know, there's just some things that people just should not do. You know what I'm saying? Because it will, you know, and I don't wish that on, but that's beyond me. So I'm just like, it does make me check myself a lot, especially with like the relationship with like my own parent and shit. I do feel recently that I've been forgiving to my mom more than I ever have been. And I don't think it's because it's not for anything other than I just see that she's just a flawed human. Like, she's just a person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's
set in her ways because of how she grew up.
Right.
And at this day and age, ain't no way that we're gonna call ourselves changing. Nah, we set in our ways. I mean, I'm 52. I'm set in certain fucking ways. There's certain things that I just automatically recognize with myself. Like, first and foremost, one of the main reasons why I need to run my own company, because I don't want a motherfucker telling me what the fuck to do. Like the fact that a motherfucker can look at me and be like, you know what, I don't like what you wear. I need you to wear this every day. It makes me want to say, well, bitch, how much money you paying me to wear your fucking uniform? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hold on, motherfucker. Hold on. You know what I'm saying?
And you are a business owner. It's just, and that's what it is. It's just growing it, just fattening it up. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to fatten it up.
Right. And but at the same time, you know what I mean? We all recognize, you know, our flaws and you know, our best parts and our worst parts and what we can't deal with. And that's what that whole psalm verse that came to you represents, is that that person that wrote it actually it was still under the impression that you just got to help them no matter what. And it's like, nah, if you're not in my space respecting me and knowing that I am the only boss, again, two bull can't in a one pen. I am the head bull. You just a little cubby. You need to sit down and watch wild and try to figure this shit out and be learning from me so you can get your own pen. No, you wanted to talk shit and because and me have me treat you like boss, and I could never do that. And until you learn boss ways, I gotta let you go and figure it out. It's the hard way, but it's the necessary way, because that's how all of us figured it out. My mama did the same thing when I was younger. Like you're not gonna be head bitch in my crib. No. Head HBIC has always been me. So you gonna go get your own shit and figure out how to be HBIC. That's how you fucking learn. That's how you know how to get your own space, your own shit, and move your own ways
and survive in a cruel world, in a very
exactly. And you get in that space, and then you realize that yes, what your parent was trying to tell you all the time wasn't nothing to harm you. It was something to help you. And whether you acknowledge that shit to them in their face, either fucking way, they already know that life taught you that lesson. You know what I'm saying? Because life teaches us all the same fucking lessons. Life is recycled, people. What y'all people don't understand? Like, we all, the only difference is technology is catching up to us. That's the only fucking difference. But all of our lives have been lived before. The fuck? I can't hear you. You on mute, honey.
Real talk. You know
what I mean? All our lives have been recycled. You know what I mean? Come on.
Nothing is new under the sun, for sure not.
Nothing other than technology.
I mean, even that, I feel like we're not, as crazy as technology is right now, I do feel like the powers that be have given us only certain access to it.
Of course. Right. Of course. At the end of the day, they don't want they want us to think that everything is fine. And anybody that decides to tell the real, they want to shut them down and turn them into whole fucking crazy heads and just make them look fucking crazy and stupid. When at the end of the day, they telling the real truth. Like, yo, AI is the next thing. We already know. And they teach shit as humans. We teaching AI to how to fucking be us. Cause one day I was watching something on TikTok, and it was like, matter of fact, not even on TikTok, on fucking Instagram, and they were saying that AI can now talk in whatever certain accent. Like was like telling them, yo, I want you to talk in Jamaican patois, and literally AI just switched up and went to Jamaican patois. Then the other chick was like, nah, talk to me like a hood rat. And yes, AI was like, yeah, bitch, was good. Like, AI, we teaching AI how to be us. We literally be teaching AI how to be us. So come on now.
It's it's very interesting. Someone had made someone said something about being scared of that whole thing, and it's like, well, I mean, there's some things that never will replace a human being, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you clone in motherfuckers, I don't care what you're doing, but it's the spirit, it's the soul, right? Yeah. And I think that what I love about this podcast is that we talk to anybody, every and anybody, and we can find common ground with anybody. And that's what it is. It's the soul. You know, we give a lot of credit to weed, but aside from weed, I mean, we are very vibrant beings. Again, like, I really honor our friendship. I don't just mean that for this fucking podcast. I love our podcast, but I don't mean that for just the podcast. I mean, like, things like relationships that have withstood the test of time for me is like my greatest treasure. Like that's the only, that's like what makes me the happiest, right? Obviously my children, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't know, I think I've like shifted away of my mindset where it's like rather just to be focused on solely like money and all that shit, because that's what I turn to when I think that it's kind of an insecurity thing for me, because how, like, you know, how do you keep turning to something only to find out that it don't mean shit to you? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I need it for tools, sure. I'm not going to say that I don't need it, but I'm just saying my shift had to change just a little bit to where I had to feel more like, what's the bigger picture? And then now I feel like opportunities are just going to come. Like, for instance, right? I'm also going to share this with you. My ex decided to, because we had this account together where our music was on there, right?
Okay.
So one day I was like looking, like, you know, going through Google trying to find my shit, and I didn't find it. And the only way that it's not there is if somebody took it off of that account. And so I feel like, you know what? Good. This is actually good. Go ahead and take all that shit off, because the creative space never dies. There's an infinity, right? When it comes to our creative space.
Right.
And plus, anything that I make from this point, it's from new lenses. It's from a new perspective, almost like a totally different person anyway. And so it's like, yeah, you can go ahead and do what you want with all that, because I don't want anything tied to it anyway.
Right.
I'm so happy and I'm gonna be so 1,000. As much as I love my children, I would have never wanted to have a kid with him, to be honest. I would have never, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have done it. And maybe that's harsh of me to say, to be honest. I don't know if I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible.
I'm gonna tell you like this: anybody that finds it harsh is a person that's speaking from a lens that doesn't know what is behind your reasoning. You feel me? Because first and foremost, it ain't none of your bumbleclap business. Okay, certain things we talk on this podcast ain't none of your fucking business. But again, if you have been watching this podcast and you see how we come through this screen, you will see Jen, you know where we at any point. Matter of fact, you will see at every point that we talk on this podcast, we're genuine with everything we fucking say. Mm-hmm. So if you hear this woman telling you that she wish she didn't have kids with this man, trust and believe the reason is a real reason, and it's a strong reason, and it's a reason that anybody heard it would agree. But again, it's none of your fucking business. We not sharing that shit. But at the same time, please keep your judgments to your motherfucking self. Keep them in your throat. Don't even let your Twitter fingers go through these comments and say some fuck shit, because baby, I'm gonna delete and block you. Okay, please do not play, because again, because again, we know how social media get down. We know how social media get down, and they'll hear you say some shit and call yourself, you know, sitting on judgment seat.
I said what I said.
To the commoners, talking fuckery to the commoners, and it's like, hold on. Before you sit yourself on judgment seat, please understand that. Please go back and watch a couple of episodes of our podcast. Please see the genuineness that comes out every time we talk, and then go back to this moment and realize that there's a reason, and it definitely is a real fucking it's just a justified motherfucking reason. So
and in retrospect, right, it brought out, like, that particular situation did bring out a lot out of me. Let's just say that it almost near killed. And so it's like, I'm grateful for that, yeah, but just on some real shit. Be careful who you decide to have children with, please. Whoever is watching this, please just be more, don't be moved by any pressure. Don't think that you need to do anything. Don't think that you're too old and then now you got to have a baby because you don't know if your body can. Like, fuck all that shit. Like, I feel like that's what, like, a lot of the reasons why I wanted a kid was because I wanted to prove that I could have one because I didn't think I could, to be honest with you. Then I felt like, oh dang, like, you know, you don't want to be old and not have kids and not have anybody take care of you. Dude, at this point, I wouldn't even expect my kids to, if they want to take care of a motherfucker, please go ahead. But you don't have to. I would never expect any human to take care of me. And I would not use that motive to have kids. And so all I say, you guys, when I say something, when I said that, it's like, it's not just a simple statement like, oh, I wish I never had kids with this. It's like, no, I wish I never pressured myself so hard and put so much stress on my mind, my body, and my spirit to have a kid with, and then ended up having it with somebody that was totally not, you know, my person. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like, okay, like even if I had met, let's say I met you through this person, hypothetically, right? I feel like I would have met you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids would have come to me anyway. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that it's just, who knows? But one thing that Rue is not gonna do is make the same mistakes. Even, you know, I even have a funny story with the, not a funny story, but a very interesting story as far as the conception of my 1-year-old. You know what I mean? And thank God that it's turned to lemonade, right? From lemons to lemonade, to where now she's functioning in a beautiful home. She has parents that actually love her, that devote their time to her. I'm still recognized as her mother. There's no secret shit there. And I have an ability to keep a decent ratio being a single mom without having to feel like I'm failing at every fucking thing.
Word.
So it is full circle, and yeah, I love being able to spill my guts over here.
Girl, I mean, and see, that's the beautiful thing about our podcast. The bottom line is that there are other women going, you know what I'm saying, living our exact lives, and you know what I'm saying, it's an inspiration to them to see that we out here, we doing our thing, and we don't give a fuck. It's not even that we don't give a fuck. It's like judge however you want to fucking judge, but life will go on. Life was going on before we decided to put it on a screen. So now, you know what I'm saying, we putting it on the screen to let other ladies like us know, like, listen, we going through the same thing you going through. Like on my, like with my situation, it's like, you know what I mean? Whether I lived in expensive ass New York or I lived on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, going from job to job, and this economy is definitely fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Knowing that, but yes, I only have 2 kids to deal with now that I have to deal with. But at the same time, it's still, I still find a fucking way. No matter what, I find a way. God helps me find a way. And I just, you know what I mean? So I'm always thankful over that. I'm definitely thankful. And being on this screen, you know, representing somebody that's going to keep on going regardless, it's shit. It just makes sense. You know what I mean? High Storm in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Rolling Papers in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana merch in the building. If you're here, we thank you and we most certainly appreciate you. But we want you to spread the word, tell a friend, subscribe, make sure, and get yourself some rolling papers. And of course, if you want to sponsor an episode, if you want to be on an episode, if you have products you want to show us that we want to show the people, come through. You feel me? Motherhood Sex Marijuana rolling papers, merch, YouTube, subscribe, fight all the algorithms, and let us get in. Yeah? It's not as popular as we wanted, but at the same time, it is popular because 9 times out of 10, when I talk to people, you know what I mean, when I'm running up on people, like just the other day when I was at that dispensary, you know what I mean, I'm in there talking to the owner, and although he was high as fuck, that was the funniest shit because your man was so high that he kept missing what I was saying, and my sober ass, because I had not smoked that, I was coming off the little job I got. And I ran up in there and I'm like, yes, I'm not high, so I know what I'm talking about. Listen, yes, we got these, these rolling papers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you heard of us. Oh, word, Sterling work here. Okay. So I'm here to talk about these papers. And then this thing was like, wait, so you work for snail papers? I was like, nah, come back, sir. Come back. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Let's make eye contact. Okay, I am talking about the papers. Okay, I'm here about the papers. I want you to put the papers in your store. You know what I'm saying? I want you to buy them. I need you to buy them. I need some money, and I need you to buy them. And he was like, "Oh, okay. So this is your podcast papers." And then I was like, yeah, I was in the area because I work up the street. Now the place where I work at ain't necessarily up the street, but I just wanted to say up the street just to take him off of that. So he was like, "What you mean? Where up the street?" And I was just like, "Bro, why you need to know that? Like, you play too much." And then right away in his mind, he was like, "Okay, so I like, he was like, "Well, I don't care if you work for a dispensary." I was like, No, chill. Come back to me. I represent a podcast. I work
Let's
for
focus,
the podcast. Okay. And he was like, "You sure? So the papers is all you sell?" I was like, "Yes, I don't sell weed. I smoke a lot of weed, but I don't sell weed. No. You
Not
know what
yet.
I'm saying? I definitely don't sell weed. Okay. I'm selling you the papers." And he was just like, "Oh, so you really hear about the papers?" Yes. I understand because you high as fuck right now, and I'm sober, and I'm just all right. Just let's keep up with our conversation, shall we? And then one of his peoples like bought like 3 packs real quick, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy 3 packs from you, and we just gonna try them out." And you know what I'm saying? We'll holler back at you. I was like, "All right, that's what's up. That's cool. I like that." You know what I mean? And your man took it. He was like, "Oh," and I was looking at him like, "Yeah, this nigga is high as fuck." But I was just like, okay, it's all right because obviously you work here. If I worked here, I would be high as a motherfucker too. But okay, let me go on and get out of here because I gotta get home. But yeah, check out the papers,
and when
okay?
you
Check out
said
the papers.
that's where you're right, exactly. It's like the papers, sir, the papers.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I got to keep, you know what I mean, getting because your
Yeah.
man was too. He was literally
Lit,
just like picking up pieces of the conversation. I was just like, no, listen, focus, okay? The papers, okay? Chill.
Is this the dispensary that Sterling, aka Puff Queen, works
Yeah,
at?
they told me that she worked there. I was like, oh shit, word, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Because first of all, not the way weed is running out. Like, I mean, yes, the plug is still around. The plug is still hanging on by a thread. But nowadays you see in you see in actual dispensaries, and once you see dispensary, you know for a fact, okay, that's legal. That's legal. That's definitely y'all. Y'all ain't got to worry about nobody running up in y'all and taking your shit because you got a license. Okay, cool.
Shout out to Positive Vibes too. I'm so proud of you guys.
Oh my God! I'm so, and the fact that they hit me up about it, I was just so like, yes, shout out to them coming back. And you know what? The because it wasn't until I showed my husband the picture, he was like, wait a minute, so they licensed now? Because when I like zoomed in on the picture, it said a licensed cannabis dispensary. I was like,
Yay!
oh shit, they got their license. Oh, let me find
Right. That's right.
let
That's
me
right.
find out they got their license.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
We're proud of y'all, fam. Much love to you guys. Thank you so
Definitely
much
happy
for
with
working
that.
with
You
us.
know what
Y'all
I
are
mean?
dope as hell.
Because it really wasn't right that they took their shop away. Because their shop wasn't just a regular shop. Their shop was a fucking community spot for weed heads. It was
Absolutely.
literally a community spot for weed heads. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So for you to just take that away was kind of fucked up. But
Absolutely fucked up. Fuck y'all. But I'm
yeah,
glad that they're back on their feet and they're going strong. They're licensed. They're compliant. Whatever.
yeah,
What I meant to say as I got off on that tangent about the baby daddy and shit, due to him, like me creating music and shit, I started networking with this wonderful woman that I want to have on here. Her name is Faya.
okay,
Now this lady is fucking phenomenal because I was like, first of all, she got hella bars, right? She's like an
nice,
like, and she has like a vibe, like she has like our vibe. We're very community based. We keep it real.
right,
We artistic, and she's also a mom. And I
nice.
cannot believe that she's actually 64. So this lady's 64 and she still performs.
Grown. Yes.
Yes, and she's performing. She does this variety show. She does a lot of shit, theater work, everything. So, long story short, I met her at an event, and she.
Nice.
Let's just say that I be looking like some people. Oh, some people. Let's say, when I go out in the streets, there was a situation where this guy pulled over and he gave me and my son money because he thought we was homeless. I was pushing my son in like a wagon. We had a bunch of shit in there. So you know what I mean? So I show up kind of the similar way because we're just playing at the park, but they have this huge event going on. Shout out to We Outside. And I just go up and then I start talking to people. I meet this really these two sweet artists that introduced me to her. And they shout out to Jess Z and her homeboy. And then so when I meet her, she's just so welcoming and loving, right? She's not, she gave my kids like a couple of gifts, which was very sweet. I bought some earrings from her and stuff like that. It was very sweet. So anywho, she invited me to do to get on the show, right, at the showcase, and it was just this incredible feeling. And I feel like I had seen that before. Like when I was on stage, I felt like I had seen what I had seen at that time before. Like it was a deja vu. And so I just feel like I'm at a point in life where I just want to constantly create because that's what fuels me. And then I just want to perform as much as possible and just not be shy about it. You feel me? Yeah.
And I think that honestly that's what you need to perfect anything that you think needs to be perfected. You know what I mean? The more you actually do it, the more you're used to it. You know what I mean? And the more you're used to it, you know what I mean, you'll be able to, you know what I mean, perform anywhere. You know what I mean? Where it's like you ain't gotta. I'm already ready. I ain't gotta get ready. You know what I mean? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you know what I mean? That is exactly the goal for you is to always be ready so you ain't gotta get ready. You know what I mean?
It's right, queen. And then it's forcing me to, or actually it's inspiring me to make new shit and like try different types of styles so that it doesn't sound like every song is the same. You know what I mean?
Word.
So
and you know what? And I'm glad that that said person decided to instead of you having to then turn to that person and be like delete that shit or send some kind of notice to get that shit deleted, you knew to delete my shit, and therefore whatever and then whatever music you made with that person, it don't even you've elevated from that, so you're making different levels of music from that, you know what I'm saying, better shit, you know what I'm saying, so you ain't even spitting from that space, you spitting from a more elevated, more grown up, more experienced type of space, you feel me? Oh yes, that's exactly where it should be. As I like it, definitely.
Thank you. All praises due, man, to the Most High on that. I feel like we've been talking a lot about me. What's some shit that you could tell me about you? What's been going on?
Shit, I mean, for the most part, shit, I'm just one of the things that I gotta tell you that really made me happy this morning was my sister on my father's side. Because first of all, when I hit her up and I just was like, I'm trying to get, a couple people to buy a book from me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If would you like to buy a book? And she sent me the $15 right away. And then I, in the midst of me saying thank you, she hit me up with, that she was going through the storm, and what I'm saying, that she hadn't had power for a couple of days, and what I'm saying, and all kind of shit was going on. And then her power, when she finally had power, she had, by the time she tried to go outside to get gas, she had to wait an hour for gas, and then another search for food and shit. So she was going through it, but she still, hit me with $15 to help me to buy a book from me. So I was just, oh my goodness, like, what I mean? Like, that's the worst time to be hitting somebody to try to, get them to give you some money. But she just is like,
that's love.
And she was like, no, I want to support you and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, what I'm saying? And in the midst, after that conversation, we've been talking, I've been checking on her and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because through all of this shit, she still had to go to work. And I found that amazing, because I was like, go to work. The fuck that? Bitch, I had to go outside and wait an hour for gas. What I go where? Go where? Okay, whatever. I you know what I mean? And obviously she had to go, so she went, you know what I mean? And so when she got the book, she made sure and hit me up like, yeah, I got the book. It came in the mail. I was like, all right, that's what's up. And then, what I'm saying, I let her know, you know what I mean? What I'm saying? When you're done reading it, if you don't mind, let me know what you thought of it. So when this morning, when I saw her message that she liked, that she read it in one day and she loved it, and you know what I mean, and it was such a great read, I was like, say word, that shit made me feel good. And it's like, you know what I mean, it's shit like that, you know what I mean, it's a little something, but it makes me feel good. And in promoting that, I also want other, you know what I mean? Because I've been, the places that I've been in, I've sold a couple of books and shit. I definitely, people, come back and tell me that they read it, they liked it, you know what I mean? Or read it, didn't like it. I don't know. Either fucking way, I want to hear something, you know what I mean? So getting that message this morning was definitely good for me. You know what I mean? I appreciated that.
Shout out to sister.
You know what I mean? I definitely appreciated that. So, and and right now, I got this little job. It ain't much, but it's a little something that's gonna bring in a little bread to this household. But
that's right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like, all I need to do is just be patient. That's the one thing I know about myself, is that patience and me don't really hang out too tough. Like I try to tell myself, yo, all you gotta do is chill and wait. But the other half of me be like, what the fuck is we waiting for? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That ass on some anxious, we gotta get it now type DMX type. Fuck that bullshit. We need to get it now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the energy that be in me sometimes, you know what I mean? Especially when it's like, when I want to do shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? The other day, Anaya wrote something about, something about, like, she had to write a little paragraph about herself. And one of the things she wrote was like, she wished to go back to Panama. And I was just like, damn, the fuck? I want to go back to Panama too, nigga. Shit. The fuck going on? Fuck going on? I want to go back to Panama too, nigga. And then I hear my father planning, talking about he want to go to Jamaica, and I'll be like, damn, nigga, I want to go to Jamaica too. I need to figure out how to get to doing these shits. Like, you know what I mean? So while half of me be on some, okay, you just need to be patient. It's coming. Just chill out. You know what I mean? You're working hard. We all see that you're working hard. You're going to get it. But the other half of me be on that. Yo, fuck that, nigga. We need to get that shit right fucking now. What the fuck is we waiting for? Why the fuck is we got to be this patient? We 50 fucking 2. We tired right now. Nah, I mean, and in my head, both of these people are right. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all, I agree with both of y'all. Like, yes, I want to wait, and I'll be in. And the part of me is like, oh, yo, I totally feel you. Like on some fuck shit. Let's get it. Like somehow by tomorrow. Like, what you want to do? You know what I mean? What you want to do? Whatever you want to do. Let's get motivated and do that shit. Word. You know what I mean? That's basically what's going on with me. You know what I mean? It's all about me and me just, being patient at the same time, just not being patient when it comes to certain points. Like when I see certain people fucking with me, it's not even a joke. It's going 0 to 100. I'm gonna let you know real quick. Don't play with me. Like I'm not. Nah. You know what I mean? Like recently, I got a fucking this little stupid ass email where it was like, yeah, we want to hire you for this to work for us, but our first paycheck, your first paycheck, we gonna send you a check, and then you got to buy equipment. Now I know for a fact that's a whole scam. Cause you gonna send me a check that I'm a deposit in my account, and that shit gonna bounce, and motherfuckers gonna look at me like, why would you bounce this fake ass check in your account? Cause there's scams like that. You know what I mean? And they've been doing that for years, where they'll tell you, yeah, make you go through these tests, make you think you hired for the company, and oh yeah, we gonna send you the check so you can buy your own equipment. You got to deposit it in your account. No, that fucking check is fake. And literally just a couple of weeks ago, one of these companies said the same shit to me, and it's like I literally typed it. The first question I asked was, where is this check coming from? Because if this is a real check, if you telling me this check comes from a Chase, a Wells Fargo, a motherfucking Citibank, something with, you know what I'm saying? Even if it comes from motherfucking Community Bank, all of these motherfuckers are well-known international banks. And you come and tell me you sending me a check from one of these banks, then I would be like, okay, y'all was real, my bad. I shouldn't have even judged y'all. But if you tell me that this check is coming from Westminster Community Bank, some stupid shit in Dakota, in North Dakota, I know for a fact that's a fake check. That's happened to me before. And there's no fucking way I'm gonna deposit this in my account so that shit bounce and bounce on me. It don't bounce on you bitches, it bounce on me. And the first thing when I realized that this was happening to me, I said, no. How is it in 2024 that these fucking scams are still trying to catch people? Like, because a desperate motherfucker might dead ass take that check and deposit it somewhere, or try to cash it somewhere, and don't even know that's a fake check, and you gonna get fucking caught, and FBI gonna be looking at you like, nah, you knew it was a fake check. Come with us. No. Like, you shouldn't be trying to trick people when people are looking for jobs in this economy, in this age, knowing everything that we go through. Like, come on now.
And please beware of guys that pose,
guys, please be aware.
That pose that they want to get to know you, that they have fallen in love with you, especially guys from overseas. Please, because I know a couple of women, even older than I am, who just have their money just taken from them.
Exactly.
They're like, they think that they have this relationship going. They talk on the phone. It happens to be a long distance one. And then they start asking for this and asking for that. And then all of a sudden, she's just sending and wiring all this money. It's a total scam. And dude, and I'm telling you, what you mentioned before, I also, someone tried to do that to me as well. Thankfully, the person, I was with the person that said, "Hey, yo, like, don't do that shit. That's a scam." I was actually gonna do it because I was an idiot, and thank God that I didn't. And I will tell you that a couple of years ago, I met a couple of people like online that were like, I felt like we had a good connection. We talked. I talked to their mother, like it seemed all legit. But what didn't seem legit is them just asking me for installments of money. And I was like, dang, I could have been really fooled by that. And I'm not ashamed of saying that, because No, I didn't send shit. I did catch on that it's not that this person was just trying to fuck me over, you know what I'm saying? But at the
Word.
same time, it's like it could happen. People are
Word.
literally getting paid to scam, or like that's their whole profession.
Mhm.
Especially these really good looking, let's just say melanated or non-melanated men from overseas that talk to you all sweets and stuff, and they don't give a fuck about you, baby. They don't. I promise you. If
Exactly.
somebody really did, they would be trying to help your livelihood. They would be sending you some coconuts or some shit off of the island or something abroad. Motherfuckers are liars.
Man,
Oh,
listen, and that's the reason why I even bring it up, because it's like, first of all, there is genuine hardship going on in these streets. There's people complaining about the supermarket prices, how they're going into supermarkets and buying the same food, but every time they buy it, the prices is going higher. There's actual fucking hardship going on out here, where you know what I mean, where you can't like keeping up with your bills. It is hard enough, never mind having extra money to save or to vacation or to do anything for yourself or your children. So to be trying to play a scam, and again, a desperate motherfucker might see a check for whatever thousand and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And you don't understand that shit is fake. Because the last time that happened to me, the the check came, and the first thing I did was call the check on call the number. I googled the bank name and came up with a phone number, and it was a real bank, but the check was fake. So I called them, asked them about the check, and they was like, "Yeah, we've been catching people. I don't know how they getting our checks, and they sending our checks to people, but those checks are fake. And please do not deposit it in your account." And anytime somebody talked to me about some shit, it was telling me that, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and deposit it. I let them know, like, don't do it, don't do it. And that whole shit with people having long distance relationships, you hearing that shit up to this day happening on TikTok, where you having a long distance relationship with somebody in some country, and then you start cash apping them all kinds of monies, and then as soon as they
don't
get
do
enough monies from you, they all of a sudden delete their page, and you can't find them again.
it.
You can't find them again. So, and
Not
you
worth
done
it.
gave them all this money. Like in this day and age, should be going on with those type of scams, knowing that people. But at the same time, it's like you preying on people's, on people's, whatever's fault they or whatever they put out. You know what I'm saying? If they put out that they lonely and shit, you praying on that. You praying on whatever you using them for, whatever is ailing them, and that's fucked up in from beginning. You know what I'm saying? Karma gonna get your ass regardless. Karma ain't just gonna sit there and let you rock. Eventually, all that whatever money you get from that person ain't gonna last for nothing. You gonna waste that shit. You don't waste that shit, because you didn't get that shit honestly. You damn sure didn't get that shit honestly. Like, come the fuck on.
Yeah, and karma's a bitch. To you scammers out there, man, fuck y'all, dude. Get
Exactly.
on some fucking hot coals and shove it all up in your urethra. Because one thing that we ain't doing is taking advantage of people. Because that's a whole nother different type of evil. And we're not standing for
Indeed.
that. Not, and we don't want that in our world. And
Indeed.
so I'm so glad that we're talking about this, because, and I'm glad that we know why. It's not just like, we're not just passing along information. You feel me? Like, motherfuckers really been through some shit.
I mean, it's shit that women go through. It's shit that women are going through. You know what I'm saying? Men are going through it too. You know what I mean? Because I mean, let's not be honest. They you know what I mean. Some of that's how some of them are making these these hate women channels because they done bumped into women that date them just to get a plate of food at night.
Mail and
Or,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Or we got the chick that's she's watching your pockets or she trying to rob you if if you go to sleep in her house. You know what I mean? There's all kind of scamming going on in these streets. And baby girls, I ain't judging none of y'all. You know what I mean? However you get yours is however you get yours. But please understand that karma does sit around and watch and take notes. Karma definitely sits around, watch and take notes. And if you're trying to win, and this is your method of winning, you know what I mean? Like, you can't get mad when you don't win. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You get mad when you don't win.
And hey, dude, you can't con a con woman. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And believe me, I have some Islander cousins. I know what it is, ho. I know.
Shit.
We do. We have some Islander family. That's where we from, the islands. Even my lady over here from Panama. You know what I'm saying? You know what it's like to find tricks, to turn tricks. So it's like at the same time, it's like practice. Like I would advise anybody that's like trying to dedicate like more self-love to themselves, because I think that's never out of style. I think one thing is just to be honest about the things that you like. If you like to, skate or whatever, like literally plan out where you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all busy, whether you got kids or not. But you should plan out your ways to, I would say, heal your inner child. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I think
learn yourself and heal yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as you learning yourself, you're healing yourself. You're figuring, you know what I mean? And in healing yourself, accept where you went wrong.
Yeah.
Because we all went wrong somewhere. You feel me? At some point there was a lesson that we kind of missed. You know what I mean? And acknowledging, no matter how late it was, acknowledge it makes it makes it important. It definitely seals the deal when it comes to learning that lesson. You know what I mean? Definitely. Absolutely. Shit.
Right.
You can't move on. You can't move up. You can't grow unless you acknowledge every fucking thing. Where you was right, where you was wrong, where you was indifferent, where shit could have got better if you would have did these things this way. You know what I mean? And in the spirit of everything happens for a reason, you figure out the reason too. Word.
Real talk.
Real
so I need to bring up something, and you're gonna hate me for this, but what are your serious thoughts about a masturbate-a-thon? Like, if you don't have to participate in it, but I think
I ain't gonna participate, girl. Stop playing. I ain't gonna participate, girl. Stop playing. But
you could host
the fact is, it's about getting people involved and about signing some serious contracts. Because again, as soon as we put anybody's images on anything, motherfuckers is gonna want to have a cut off the top, and that's not business wise. Nobody gets a cut. You feel me? So it's got to be like maybe all sounds and on some shit where it's like it's just a sound type of thing where we're actually capturing sounds or whatever, and it's got to be like an experience where after they do what they do, then we get to talk to them, and even that has to be in a contract where you don't get no money, you get nothing, you're participating, you're paying a fee to participate, and then we say proceeds is either just going to us and our production, or we say a piece of proceeds is going to something, I don't know, whatever charity we believe in, but most
for a cause.
But most of the money is going to be for us, putting together because we got to have a venue, and it's got to be a venue and that's not even going to be hard, because obviously there's definitely sex clubs and things of that nature where that people are involved, that people want to have something like that in here, in a spot, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah,
you know what?
it's about finding the spot that would agree, and it's about how much the spot would charge us, and then it's about how much motherfuckers we charge the people to do it in the first place. And again, we also got to have paperwork on everybody where it says, nigga, no, you pay us, you get nothing. And all we doing is using your and the only thing that's going to be broadcast is is what you sounded like while during, and your interview afterwards, if you want to actually do an interview. If you
Okay.
don't, then you know what I mean, it's just about, I guess, maybe somebody talking about what they like, yeah, because in that case we would probably have to have somebody that had to give like a little synopsis as to what turned them on and how they got off in the first place.
Sure. I mean, it's basically like just like a marathon, right? If you wanted to sponsor somebody, let's say I'm telling my peoples I'm gonna have 50 orgasms. Can you give me $1 for each or whatever it is, $10 for each, right? So they do raise funds. But I think that if we had like a come for a cause type of situation where there was a cause that everyone felt that they were contributing to, I think that's the benefit of them, and their participation. And then I think that it will entail partnership to some degree because we obviously need the venue, right? And then it would make
We
sense.
definitely would need partnership, because after all,
Yeah,
there would be, I'm pretty sure we would have to provide, what I'm saying, motherfuckers with toys. So therefore we would
right,
have to get a sponsor
right,
from a toy company that's going to, provide the toys, or
right. But
or
I
or
think
you
that,
get or you get to pay to buy the toys, or something like that. Either the
or they
participant
sponsor
pays
the event.
pays for the toy, or we just or the toy gets sponsored. Whatever the fuck goes happen. But you know what I mean?
Or is it an online thing and how would that look? Because it would have to be where we're all on the same time, but we could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be recorded that way, but just not with the camera on.
No, I don't think online would work, because somebody would want to be freaky and turn the camera on, and I ain't got. And that's where, what I'm saying, because again, we got to make sure, we would need to control, once we get all the video, we would need to then edit the video so that because again, it's not like a video that we could throw on Patreon. This would be some shit that would definitely be on Pornhub, or say some porn site where, what I mean, we register and make residuals, you feel me, like that. You
Yeah.
Definitely, you know what I mean? Because Patreon would, I'm pretty sure Patreon wouldn't tolerate it. And if we put it on our website where somebody would have to pay to see it, we would, because we would have to change, we have to upgrade our website in order for us to be able to upload regular videos that are not on YouTube or anything like that. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
Because that's how our website works. If we wanted to just upload videos, we would definitely have to upgrade the
Oh,
website.
okay. I
So
get it.
you know what I mean. So if we put it on our website, we'd have to do that. Or if we, but once we get, but either way, once the main thing would, the best thing would be to get all that footage and edit that shit down.
Okay.
And
That
edit
makes
that shit
sense.
down so it could be on Pornhub or something like that, where, you know what I mean. And for that we could, and for that we could just, you know what I mean, like we could just pick images. We you know what I'm saying, if we wanted to, we could like maybe purchase, you know what I'm saying, some type of, seductive images and shit to have scrolling at the same time the video is rolling and shit like that. You know what I mean? Either fucking way. And then of course, if we doing a commentary, we would be on camera. We could be on camera, but if an interviewer person, we wouldn't even have them on camera, because again, we want them to get nothing. absolutely nothing. You signed a contract that says you get nothing. You know what I
Get
mean?
a phenomenal experience and the chance to do something really brilliant and insane at the same time. You know what
You
I'm
know
saying?
what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? And it will put your name on it if you want your real name or if you want a fake name, whatever. But at the end of the day, none of your imagery will be up on there for you to say that you deserve any money out of it, because you don't. You know what I mean? Because you don't,
Well,
you know what I mean? And like I said, once we put it on Pornhub or some shit like that, yo, that would be where the funds would come to us. You feel me? So yeah.
yeah, I think I would be like, even if I
But
wasn't
that's the thing. It's
organizing
like
it, I
the whole logistics would be first to get a spot and figure and hope that whatever the spot would charge us for that. You know what I mean? Get set a price for each ticket, and then I definitely absolutely get a toy sponsor that's going to be down, and the preference would be a big name toy sponsor, so therefore the promotion would be fucking phenomenal.
right. That
Yeah.
part. Okay. And the
Yeah.
reason why I bring this up is because, especially to you, is because I definitely need to have you're okay with it as my partner. And it's like, because I will get ahead of myself and then start talking to these people about these things. I was like, okay, wait, let's make sure that home is good first and that we both agree to this. So since we have it
Yeah.
on camera, that all
And,
you need is
and that's what I'm saying.
logistics.
We got it on camera, and again, that will make it real clear to any participant, like, yo, this is not about really about using you as some sort of sex toy. This is
No.
about you, participating in something that is going to generate funds for not only our business, but also for anything else that we donate into. Like if we pick a charity that we're going to split funds
Maybe
with.
like sexual survivors, sexual
This
abuse
shit, like
survivors.
whatever, right? Whatever you know what I mean. That would be you participating in something that you know what I mean, that'll help you release tension, and at the same time, for a fact we going because we gonna put it clear in the contract that yes,
Sex.
that we're not videotaping you. With all we doing is recording sounds. That's all, and that's all we need is sounds. That's it.
Yeah. And raising funds while you come.
Word. Word.
While we all do. And that's what it is. I feel like, hey, that's what's up. I think people will participate given the right logistics, the right partnership. It's a hit. It's gonna be a hit.
I mean, shit. Depending on the promoters too, the promotions, because that's got to be big to it too. You know what I mean? It's got to be toys that even we could even talk about on the podcast and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That
Body
you know
safe,
what I mean?
free
That
of
that's
parabens and
definitely comfortable with what we do and what we believe in. So it's not like nobody's tripping. Everybody is here for the same cause and wants to do something different that ain't never been heard of before. Because this is definitely something that ain't nobody heard of before. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Other than people that have watched this podcast from the beginning and heard.
Well, there are places that have done this. There's places in like I actually got the idea from reading an article, something that happened in like San Francisco.
Oh,
So
well,
it's like, yeah,
you know what? In San Francisco, that makes sense because I mean the LGBTQ community is
very sexually
very big out
liberated.
there, and
Yeah.
they liberal as fuck. They're like, what? I try anything. What
Oregon would
you
be a
saying?
great place for that too. I think Oregon would be a very open-minded spot for that. It's just a matter of getting people here or finding the interest. So it's like, how do we pinpoint interest too, right? So that
Right,
might be like a questionnaire. I don't know.
right.
Fucking- But yeah, I'm glad to have gotten your input on that. Thank you for being very open-minded, my queen.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to have a conversation when King is not here. No, because I'm sure he would be like, wait, what now? What's going on? Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, but no. it's quite easy, but anyway, but definitely, like I said, if in order to make it happen, it definitely would have, everybody would have to agree, because that's the first thing we would have to nail down, is people that want to participate, and the contracts that they would need to sign. So therefore, nobody can come back and say, "Oh, we didn't know and we wasn't sure, and now we feel violated." Fuck you mean? You
Like, no, baby.
you signed the paper knowing damn well what the fuck we doing. We explained it in fucking English, Spanish, nigga. What? Let me find out. We gotta translate some shit to
Come
you.
on. Don't
Nah,
play these games with us, babies. We just
nah.
try to help you out, okay?
You
We're
know,
helping ourselves out. That's it.
you know what I mean? But yeah,
Dude.
because at the same time, it's all about, that would be also a way to extend the whole sexual wellness kind of, umbrella that we already started in this summer. Let's be honest.
Come on now.
Sexual wellness umbrella we already started in the summer. So shit. Hell yeah. That makes sense.
You
Shit.
know what? I'm kind of upset because now that I think of it, the last 2 times I've been in New York, I did not get. I'm not upset. Okay, I'm not upset, but it's like, anyway, maybe that just came to my mind because I was, anyway, random. But I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Well, at the same time, you worked both times. You were connected with two people that maybe the universe was telling you that you should not be fucking anymore,
Right.
because these niggas is not to your benefit. These niggas is to your detriment.
They want something else, and I definitely want something else too, and that's okay. And I'm glad to have found that out. You know what? Sis, you're right. I know that. I know that for sure. It's just like, I feel like it was a good lesson to learn, and I'm really proud of myself for taking taking my business seriously and not being an addict like I thought I was. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not even about being an addict. You human. I mean, that's a natural fucking need for humans, especially when I mean, for men, I think for men it's easier to kind of let it go, because all they got is they dick. We got other extra situations that what I'm saying. If we what I'm saying, we could be in the shower and all of a sudden we brush our titties like this, and next thing you know, you feeling extra needy, in certain parts. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. That's human shit. So, what I mean? So wanting to connect with you, like I said, when you joined the Tinder and you was looking for a wham bam thank you man, and you got to meet a motherfucker that was really interested in long term. That to me is is your social circle, your what I'm saying, your aura, your vibe protecting you and telling you, motherfucker, this is what you're supposed to be trying to get out here, because this is what you need. This is what your life needs. Yes, I understand you want to get fucked. Yeah, but at the same time, you also need this. This is what you need to grow. So let's try to get into this, because this is going to come with this. It's definitely going to come with this, because he got to come through with this in order to encompass and be helping in every fucking part. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're supposed to be getting wet from. You're supposed not just getting wet from this nigga eating your pussy. This nigga's supposed to be making you wet because he done paid all the bills. He done bought a pound of weed. You know what I'm saying? And he bought like a couple of tickets to Disneyland for the kids so that we can all go on vacation. This is what we supposed to be getting wet from. You feel me? This is what we supposed to be getting wet from.
Oh, dang, that's definitely. But you know what? Did I tell you about the finger bang that happened in the park?
Yes, you definitely let me know about that, and we discussed that, and we even broke it down to, we don't know how clean people fingers is, and therefore, you know what I'm saying. That's why we got to be careful.
But you know what came out of it? I wrote a song about it. I
Oh,
wrote a song, and so I can't wait to record this song.
shit! Oh, say word.
It's actually a nice one, so I like it. So, I guess the whole moral of the story is like, no matter what you do and you feel like you made a mistake, you can pivot, you can turn it around. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You can
And
turn it around.
exactly, just like we talked to earlier, you got to get that pivot, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because the pivot is important. You know what I mean? Exactly. Well, that's how you turn a L into a lesson. That's a loss into a lesson. You damn right. Hell yeah, that's a
Oh
good.
my goodness.
That is a good motherfucking ending to this podcast right now. Dead ass. A L into a lesson. Yes.
There you
We'll
go.
call this episode a L to a
Pure
lesson. Yes.
lesson.
Hell yeah, because you find plentiful lessons on this podcast. That's one thing we
For
get down.
sure.
We damn sure get the lessons. You know what I'm saying? Because the name of the game is not to always down yourself. Yes,
Yeah.
you feel bad when you fuck up, but at the same time, the name of the
You
game
gotta stay there.
is to pat yourself and say, "Look here, we gonna get it back. We gonna do this a better next time. Let's go. We believe in ourselves. We gonna do it. You know what I mean? So as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you believe in what you can create and what you bring to this earth, what you bring to this table, you ain't never, them L's is always going to turn into lessons. You feel me?
Absolutely. I love that.
Time. The L's going to always turn into
lessons.
Word. And on that motherfucking note,
Butterhood, sex, marijuana.
Sex, marijuana, and a motherfucking
building.
Yes, Queen. All right, so you already know our next episode is with EENY Eyewear, and then shit. I think after that, I'm gonna start, posting our videos. I'm gonna make sure to drop it, I'm saying, on their respective dates, because yes, November 3rd is coming right on up.
Hey, that's what's up.
And I can't wait to rock that jacket, child. I saw that email. I was like, what, we could get our own jackets? Nah, let her know so she could put it on the website, because we need our own jackets.
And
right,
just like
chilly out here, because it ain't chilly yet, so I could get it right and rock that shit real quick before it get cold.
That's the fly shit, man.
That's
you know what? We deserve it. We deserve to have some fly shit. Please buy some merch. Whoever's watching this,
absolutely.
Buy some rolling papers. Subscribe. Tell your mama and auntie about it.
Tell your mama and
you'll find daddy.
And any events that you have in the New York City area that that I could come through as press, because I ain't gonna buy no ticket. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Nah, I'm gonna keep it real with you, fam. I'm not buying no ticket. I'd rather you treat me as press.
Hey, we are press.
Because I ain't
it up. What you talking about?
I video your shit. I put it on our channel. That's promo. I'm just saying. So, hit us up. If you got an event, you want us to come through as press, because we'll damn sure show up. I'll damn sure show up as press.
We're a fun time.
I'll show up as press. You feel me? All the time. You know what I mean? Just send it to the email. You know what I mean? All right, Queen. I'll see you later, Queen.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you, Queen. Bye now.